I just want to talk briefly about a little project I'm working on. It's kind of like a Glean clone, really a playground, maybe something that's going to get released internal to the company I work at, but it's been great to kind of explore a lot of the AI systems engineering principles, right? So effectively, what is it? It's a system that allows you to chat. It's got kind of a built-in RAG idea, and with the possibility of extending out into agents in the future. Uses Slack, uses a web interface, runs through a proxy. Right here, Light LLM, that's where the RAG hook happens. Calls InsightMesh, the MCP server, which then effectively calls into the various indexes with the data. The idea being that, it can go fetch the relevant docs, attach them, and pass it back to the LLM, typical RAG. Right, and that's facilitated by just a real simple set of ETL processes, some extra jobs that scrape Google Drive, attempt to scrape Slack. That's kind of a sore spot right now with what the Slack's done for changes, and pulls it into the indexes that can be searched here. So what does that look like? Well, right. So let's go here. Let's go to a new chat. Let's just say, hi. Can you tell me more about Nimbus Flow? So Nimbus Flow is a document inside the Google Drive. We can go have a look there in a second. It's going to say, hey, I'm thinking about it, trying to come up with some interesting insights here. And it's going to have done that, right? So it's like, oh, here's some more stuff about Nimbus Flow. Now, I've specifically picked a thing that if it just you asked it in a normal chat session, it probably wouldn't know what's happening. And considering that this doesn't have a full web tool yet, there is one. I have it there. It'll maybe be a demo a little bit later, like weeks later. Not yet. Need to get it hooked up and working. But the idea is it's given me a summary of things, and it's telling me the sources. This is the piece I was really aiming for. This is why I didn't go just straight vector. I know I can do embedding metadata and other things, but whatever. We'll figure that out as we go. Like the bench is built. And it's going to tell me where it found the various things. Google Drive, the documents. Ideally, I can click on it, go there. We're getting there, right? Okay, cool. And what is 2 plus 3? Just give it a random math problem. Something that doesn't go through and pull out the sources. And it's going to say sources none. It's kind of defaulting to always including what the sources are and to say, none used. Sometimes it'll say, basic arithmetic knowledge or something along those lines. Let's just say 4 plus 5. See if it comes back with a different result. Sources used none. That's what it's doing right now. That's great, right? It's here, it's working. There's a Slack bot. It's hooked up. What did I say? I asked about Nimbus Flow. Deep pulse is what? It's the other thing in the drive. Try to pick things that were made up that weren't too easy to find results for, and here it comes back. Tells me about it. Cool, happy days. Here's the little folder, right? Deep pulse documents, Nimbus Flow documents, and then here's one. It's just random about peanut butter and jelly. Peanut butter and jelly, or jam. Just for funsies. So what happens here is the Light LLM gateway, right? It's got some things set. It's going to use there's a RAG hook that sits here. All the traffic flows through. Really nice because I can see the logs. What's being asked? Is it successful? I can see the usage. I can monitor cost. Super, super awesome. Especially if you're maybe setting this up as a internal chatbot. Maybe you don't want to buy 70 licenses to ChatGPT. You get pretty similar experience, right? If I go over to the Open Web UI, which has got this great chat interface, I logged in. Here I can choose my models if I wanted to use Gemini. If you're a fan, go for it. Otherwise, I'm just going to stick here and say, hi, what can you tell me about Nimbus Flow? And it's going to go off. It's going to do its thing. It's going to tell me about it. Oh, look at this version, gives me a little bit better response than the Slack bot. Maybe there's some work to be done in the Slack bot. It's there. It works in theory, right? This is all just a passion project that I've vibe coded at the end of the day. And I don't know if the links are actually going to work. Probably not. Things to be worked on. But, arguably cool. It gave me this chat. What I really like about this is like there's workspaces that we could share, kind of like gems or custom GPTs, but I think these are pretty easy. Like, right, we control the space, we can make groups, we can permission things. We could do the enterprise level like management that we're used to and expecting, and probably at a fraction of the cost. I'd say the one hurdle here is that I still don't have my web search hooked up. I do have a free web search utility. I've got a tool. It's an MCP server. It's called WebCat. It's there. It works standalone. I just, up until very recently, Light LLM's experimental MCP server settings weren't really working. I'm not sure they're working now. They were yesterday. Oh, there we go. Create new MCP server. You can actually do stuff now. I couldn't get it to work with the config before, so I'm hopeful that soon there'll be a web search component, and this will be incredibly similar to the ChatGPT experience. This is Open Web UI. It is a free open source project. A lot of this has been just kind of composing things into a system, a platform at the end of the day. The one thing I'm probably most proud of all of this is this concept called Weave, which is a management utility that sits on top of all the things, right? It's going to help you configure the Light LLM. It's going to eventually do permission management for the various services, because I've got a long env file with a bunch of URLs, and part of my issue today has been fighting with what goes where, what can be Dockerized, what can't. Because part of the Weave platform is the fact that it has a migration tool for Neo4j, Elasticsearch, and typical SQL, and it does this in a really neat little way. Sorry, I've got a domain, and there'll be data. And if we go here and just go look at user, right? User's annotated now with the Elasticsearch and the Neo4j. So it knows how to find it in search, what indexes it belongs to, and it knows how it fits into kind of that knowledge graph concept at hand. So kind of we end the typical SQL migrations, right? So you can go DB migrate auto, and it'll figure out how to rescaffold the things you need for those multiple data systems. Typical pain point. We've also has services, which is effectively the Docker containers. It also has tools where I plan on being able to register MCP tools. Things get a little more tricky if you think about agents, like should it just be code? Should it be an MCP server? So there's kind of common tool usage across the platform. I've got a data folder here with objects. Like, how do I deal with that when I don't own the database and it's external? Is that just an MCP server? Lots of architectural things to think through, and probably from a fairly strong opinion on. I want to kind of guide people to best practices, but ultimately I don't want to get in the way. So this service status. So it's super useful. I can use it to open things, check on the statuses, see the dependencies. It helped me understand kind of one tool palette, and it's eventually build out for the future concerns, as well as the LLM. Ideally, the LLM's got one tool palette to work from, right? It's a little easier for it, a little less likely to make mistakes. I was having a big problem there. I vibe coded this tool. It's about 50,000 lines in 5 days. This thing's only 1 week old. I started it last Friday. Let's go see. Let's see if cursor's working today. So if I sign in, let's see. Earlier I was having an issue with Cloudflare. And if I'm in, yes, let's go 7 days. I've done 92,000 lines of code in 7 days. Building this tool out. Yesterday was a big day with nearly 20,000 lines of code, which is just insane numbers, right? At my best, most I could write in 1 day was about 1,000 lines. Those were like 12, 13-hour days, right? Back when I was doing a startup thing. I wonder if they're even still around. Here it is. Yeah, I built a low-code platform. Lots of fun doing lots of crazy problem solving in this space. But ultimately, didn't take off, didn't do it, but learned a lot. Hold on, let's go back here. But yeah, 92,000 lines in whoa, yeah, 5 days. Wow, 210,000 lines in 30 days. Those are just ridiculous numbers. Now, oh, I can hook in other things. Sorry, that's a side tangent. But I mean, granted, yes, it's not all production ready code, but it's allowed me to explore an incredibly massive landscape. I built that whole system, and I built a whole build support system with it as one dude doing this for fun in the evening. Right? Crazy. Anyway, yeah, so that's kind of what InsightMesh is with its Weave support system. Still very emerging, very early days. Ideally, this is in a place in a couple weeks it can be deployed, and we can actually start trying to use it and see what it feels like, and continue to build up the Weave subsystems so that as we take on more AI engineering work, we've got kind of a foundation, almost a Rails-like foundation that we control, we can extend, and we can simplify a lot of this through. The idea is tiny teams. That's what we're going for.